What's going on, YouTube? Mr. Wheels here once again, welcoming you to another edition of Sports Talk. Alright, so we're just over 5 days away from the beginning of the 2015 Stanley Cup playoffs, and I want to do a predictions video for every round of the Cup of the playoffs. I will do more videos throughout the playoffs, talking more specifically about each round, but this is a video about the playoffs as a whole. Before I get started, guys, as always, please give this video a like. Please subscribe to my channel. I can really use the support. Stop by Twitter and follow me at SledgeHead86, and give my Facebook fan page a like, Mr. Wheels86. The links will be down below. Alright, let's start in the Eastern Conference. First round, Ottawa and Montreal. Montreal will be heavily favored. I give them the edge in net with Carey Price versus, let's say, Andrew Hammond. But I think this is going to be a very physical series, and the longer it goes, the more it favors Ottawa. Montreal is going to want to get this over with quickly. For them, hopefully in 4 games. The longer it goes, the more it favors Ottawa. I'm saying, I know this is going to be a shock to some people. I'm not going with the safe pick here. Ottawa in 7 games over Montreal. Moving on, Detroit versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won the season series 3-1, but I believe that Detroit has more playoff experience. They're veterans. Now, I know some people are going to say that's going to work against them, and I'm iffy about Detroit's goaltending, but they've got a pretty solid defense still. The longer the series goes, I think it favors Detroit. Tampa Bay is going to want to try to knock them off very quickly, just like Boston did last year. I'm saying very close series, but Detroit in 7 games. Moving on to Pittsburgh and the New York Rangers. The Rangers won the season series 3-1. I believe the Pittsburgh Penguins are very overrated. There's questions. How good is Marc-Andre Fleury going to be? Will Evgeny Malkin play? I believe he's injured right now. Will he play in the first round? This leaves the door open for the Rangers to completely dominate the Penguins. And as we've seen in recent years, the Penguins collapse in the first round. I'm saying, again, this could shock some people, Rangers in 4 straight games. I don't see it going 7 games, not even 6 games. Rangers in 4. Moving on, last series in the Eastern Conference for the first round, Washington and the New York Islanders. Season series was tied 2 games apiece. It'll be a very close series. Washington has a very high-powered offense. They're going to want to get the series over with quickly. I think Washington has a weakness in goal. I don't like Braden Holtby. The New York Islanders are much better with Yaroslav Halak, but I like their defense. I like both teams' defense. It's going to be a very defensive series, and because of that, I think it goes the full 7 games with the Islanders pulling off the upset over the Capitals, because as we've seen, as history has shown us in the past, the Capitals just have a hard time taking that next step. I don't see them getting out of the first round, although they do have a very good team. Islanders in 7. Moving on to the Western Conference. Minnesota and St. Louis. Minnesota won the season series 2-1. However, I believe St. Louis has more playoff experience. They've been in 2 very physical playoff series the last 2 years versus LA. LA didn't make the playoffs this year. I believe it leaves the door open for St. Louis to do some big things. My opinion, they have better defense. And, I just think they're an overall better team. St. Louis takes this series in 6 games. Minnesota will put up a fight, but I think Devin Dubnyk is overrated. I think St. Louis is going to exploit him. I just do not see Minnesota winning this series. St. Louis in 6. Moving on, Chicago, Nashville. this is another series. Chicago is going to be very heavily favored. They won the season series 3-1. However, the playoffs are going to be a different story. There's questions. How good is Corey Crawford going to be? I'm not a huge fan of him. I don't believe in him. Will Patrick Kane play in the first round with his collarbone injury? He's skating right now, but he hasn't played in quite some time. If he plays, what kind of a factor will he be? I believe Nashville has the edge in net. Pekka is a very good goaltender. They have solid defense, and the longer the series goes, the more it will favor Nashville. It'll be a very, very tight series, but Nashville is going to pull off the upset and be giant killers. And I know I'm going to disappoint a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but Nashville in 7 games. Moving on, Anaheim and Winnipeg. Anaheim won the season series 3-0. The Ducks will be favored in this series to win. However, they have a very young defense. They're going to want to get the series over with quickly. 4-5 games. Sure, a lot of people are expecting that, but I think it's going to be closer. And I'm saying Winnipeg will pull off the upset in 7 games. Moving on to the last series in the Western Conference for the first round, Calgary and Vancouver. Season series was tied 2 games apiece. I think the Flames are a better team than people think. They handled the Kings tonight pretty handily. They have a better goaltender than Vancouver. If Ryan Miller was healthy, it would be a different story. But I don't think any lack is going to get the Canucks out of the first round. I say the Flames pull off a major upset in some people's eyes, I guess, not in mine. Flames take this series in 5 games. That's right, 5 games. Moving on to the second round for the Eastern Conference. I have Ottawa and Detroit. I'm saying very close series. Detroit's experience, if they get by Tampa Bay, their experience will once again help them get by Ottawa in 7 games. I'm saying 7 games because I'm giving Ottawa the respect of being a good team. Detroit in 7 games. Moving on, New York Rangers versus New York Islanders. Again, very close series. 2 very good teams. I believe the Rangers have a better goaltender in Henrik Lundqvist, given if he's healthy. Rangers in 7 over the Islanders. In the Western Conference for the second round, I have St. Louis versus Nashville. Again, close series, going to be very physical, but this is St. Louis's year to make, let's see what they've got. In my opinion, this series will be over in 6. St. Louis wins in 6 games. Moving on to Calgary and Winnipeg. Going to be a very close series. If they both get out of the first round, they're 2 very good teams, 2 very underrated teams. I think Winnipeg pulls off the upset over Calgary in 7 games. For the Eastern Conference Final, I have the Rangers and Red Wings. Going to be a very close series, very tight, could go either way. I'm not going to bet against my team, guys. I picked them to this point. I'm saying Detroit in 7 games. The Western Conference Final, St. Louis and Winnipeg. Probably a shock to a lot of people. Some people may think I'm crazy, but I think that this matchup could happen. St. Louis in 7. I think Winnipeg has the team to take a team like St. Louis to 7 games. That leaves the Stanley Cup Finals, Detroit and St. Louis. again, could go either way. You know, I'm sure some of you believe that it's a long shot for this matchup to even happen, to be a Stanley Cup final matchup. But if it does happen, and I believe it will, I'm taking my team all the way. Detroit versus St. Louis, Detroit in 7 games. There you have it, guys. My 2015 Stanley Cup playoff predictions for the entire playoffs. Now, if I'm wrong, and there's a good chance I might be, I'll do more videos doing second round previews, conference final previews. When teams get eliminated, I'll probably be talking about it. So stay tuned. And as always, guys, remember to give this video a like. Please subscribe to my channel and show me that support. Stop by Twitter and follow me at Sledgehead86. And give my Facebook fan page a like, Mr. Wheels86. The links will be down below, along with my email. If you want to contact me, be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.